You know what it is, man. It's your boy Smith. Another Barcelona game, another video. You know how we get, man. So, yeah, this game, obviously, we were able to see it out at the end. We are back in our 24-25 Barcelona bag. Another comeback win. This shit is not wavy to me anymore. Not fun. They're not like, yo, come back. We did it again. Nah, bro. Like, can we please just win normal? Like, I'd prefer if we cannot go through this again this season like we did with all those comebacks last year. I would prefer to just win normal and see games out. I don't know if that's going to be possible, especially with this. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a fan of this super high line where it's like every game turns into a basketball game, but you know how this go, bro. But yeah, we were able to come back and win 3-2. But yeah, this was nothing like last week where it was like real calm, chill, like boring, almost like dozing off. Nah, this one kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time. And we come back and win after going down 2-0 in the first half. And yeah, so let's get into the lineups like we usually do. Ferran obviously starting today at 9, but Lewandowski still coming back from that injury. Lamine Yamal and Rashford started on the left wing today, and then we had Rafinha at number 10. And we're gonna get into it later, but all you people who are like, yo, I know at the end of last year, I'm seeing bulls on the timeline like, yo, projected lineup for 25-26, like Rafinha at 10. Stop it right now, bro. Let's put that to bed, please. I hated it then. I hate it even more now. Every time I have to watch him at 10, it makes my eyes bleed, bro. Let's please stop, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, let's dead all that, bro. Please. We got too many different options we can throw at 10 to be still trying to see this Rafinha shit, bro. Please stop. Please. But yeah, Rafinha at 10, Pedri and Casado started today, and double pivot, which I fuck with Flick for like. Obviously, Casado's name was getting talked around in transfer news with us saying we're like willing to sell, and there were teams interested. Real Betis, I think Wolves and the Premier League was interested. And yeah, it was looking like maybe he was someone that we could have sold to try and make some money to help register. I think we still got to register Chesney, Gerard Martin, and Rooney, our new signing. We can't register any of them. So yeah, they were thinking about selling him, but I'm glad I saw Flick came out earlier this week and was like, no, I depend on Casado. He's a great squad player for us. And then backed that up even more by starting him today. Like, no, bro, I need him this year. So like, I fuck with that heavy because we definitely gonna need him. And I'm a big fan of Casado. Great squad player, and you need those guys. Never complains about minutes. Never is like bitching about not starting and all that stuff. Just come in, does his job, solid, dependable, uh, great ball winner, which we definitely need those. Yeah, and he's just solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid in possession, works his ass off. And yeah, like I'm just a big fan of his, and he's a great squad player, and those are the type players that help you win trophies, bro. Like, like it's hard to like because when you got depth, it's like a lot of players want to leave. They're either like your depth's either too good and players end up leaving, or and then it gets too bad, or it starts out too bad and you're trying to like fill it in. But I feel like Casado is like that happy medium of player where he's like good enough to where he like comes in, the level doesn't drop when he's in. He's able to like you feel me? Help us still knock the ball in possession and shit. Get the very progressive in possession. Sometime it's like progressing the play and build up and stuff, line breaking passes and all that. And out of possession, he works his ass off. That's obviously his like calling card. That's his bread and butter, man. As a ball winner, he's gonna work his ass off, uh, and help really like give us some more like oomph in that midfield. So yeah, like I'm a big fan of his, like I said, and I'm glad that we looks like he's gonna stick around. And then we went with Cabarsi and Araujo as our center back pairing, and Eric Garcia at right back again, and then Balde at left back, Juan Garcia in net. And yeah, the first half of this was just hell, bro. We had a lot of the ball. We cannot break them down. We can't create chances. And then when we do create a chance, Pedri had created a chance for Ferran at one point in the game. He hits the crossbar and misses a one-on-one with the keeper. This first half was not a fun watch if you're a Barcelona fan at all. And obviously scoring like the 15th minute, hit us on the counter on our typical high line. And yeah, hell of a finish by Romero, the striker. He receives the ball in the box, like goes shot fakes. What you call it? Nigga Cabarsi, and Cabarsi kind of freezes him, and then just switches play over onto his right foot and just slots it home. Great finish, great play, and yeah, they go up 1-0. Then at right before half, bro, they just get a shaky penalty call, man. I don't know. They hit us again on another counter. Balde does a great job at tracking back, slides, blocks the initial shot. They get the rebound, shoot again, and Balde like steps in front of it, and it like he's trying to tuck his hand And as he tries to tuck it, it just unfortunate for him, and it just hits him. Like, I thought it was super harsh. Um, yeah, no bias or nothing. If I feel like it was a penalty, I'd say it's a penalty. But I thought that was super harsh. I'm like, I don't know what's he supposed to do. Cut his arm off? Like, he's clearly trying to tuck it. It kind of just hits his hand. A bit unfortunate. And we go down 2-0 at half, and I'm like, shit, I don't know, man. Like, we're gonna see if we built like we are last year in terms of these comebacks. And shit, sure enough, here we are again. And we come out early second half, all over them. They kind of just packed it in for the rest of the game. And our first goal, right out at the beginning of the second half, 49th minute, Pedri, just from outside the box, from 20-something yards out. This is what I think I was saying this in the video before. Like in last season, I was like, Pedri just has to shoot more. And it seems like he's done that. He's like taking that into this year. I feels like he actually is like, all right, bet. Like I'm on their ass this year. I'm really going to start pulling because I think he took a couple shots from outside the box last game too. Took a couple from outside the box this game. And obviously there was a bunch of opportunities this game since they were just, for me, parking it. But yeah, a crazy shot. And that completely flipped the game. And then Ferran gets one 3 minutes later off a corner. And you're like, all right, momentum's rolling again. And then for the next 40 minutes, we just kind of stalled out. And again, we're trying to break them down, create chances. And then at the end of the game, we get Lamine Yamal, cuts inside left foot. His little typical far cross post where he kind of just dinks it in. And ends up getting an own goal. The defender tries to get a hit on it to clear it out. And it goes in. And we win 3-2. Sneak up out of there with 3 points. In very 24-25 Barcelona fashion to get a comeback win. But yeah, I was second half, looks a better watch. But yeah, that was definitely one of those games where I'm like, everything. It's like a lot of things I hate about this team. Sometimes I saw today, like that, the getting killed on that high line too easily, which that was one thing I said at the beginning of the season. I was hoping this year we kind of addressed that, and we're maybe a bit more conservative. And how high we held our line, how aggressive our line was, but it looks like that's not changing at all, and it's going to be a lot more of the same shit this year. And yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't come back to burn us like it did last year in the Champions League. But we'll see all that for later. But yeah, that's like I said, things I hate about this team. That aggressive high line sometime that killed us in the first half. Rafinha at 10. I know that was a growing movement at the end of last year. Like, oh, maybe next year we'll see Rafinha more at 10. Let's please stop that. He was terrible in the first half today. He was a bit better in the second half. He was able to move out left, back out wide, the left wing. And, but I wish Rashford, I thought Rashford was pretty good today in his first half. I wish he would have got the second half. I would have been cool with subbing Rafinha. I've stated here on multiple occasions, I'm not a fan of Rafinha at left wing. Even less of a fan of him at 10. So, long term, I just feel like he just limits us so much, man. Having a left wing with cut in on that right foot opens up so many different angles for us, especially with Balde being such a typical old-fashioned left back that just wants to bomb forward and overlap. It's like we need someone that can cut inside on that right foot and just offer us a different angle sometime. But if he's gonna play right now, it looks like he's gonna have to play at left wing, and I'd much rather prefer that than a 10, even though I'd rather see Rashford at left wing. But yeah, he looked better at left wing today. Ferran, typical Ferran, really. This is a typical Ferran game. He's kind of before his goal, the first half, I'm thinking he might get pulled at half, and I didn't know how healthy Lewandowski was, how much they wanted to play him today, and clearly he didn't come on till the 80th minute or something like that. What minute did he come on? It was late in the game. I think he played 15 minutes, so yeah, it was somewhere around the 80th minute, but. Yeah, he didn't come on until later in the game, so clearly they weren't trying to push that too much with that. I think it was a hamstring, so you definitely want to be a bit more cautious with hamstring injuries because those tend to linger. But I was wondering oh, could we sub him? Maybe could we try Omar false 9? But I was I doubted they would do that since they were just kind of parking it, and you maybe want more of a box presence to get on the end of crosses and stuff because a lot of our possessions all game really, but especially in the first half, were just ending with us whipping in a meaningless cross and nobody was getting on the end of it. So, but I was watching that first half I don't know about this Ferran thing, and then boom, he comes out and scores right early in the second half. And it's kind of that kind of sums up his performance, really. It was kind of it really wasn't too great, but he got his chance, he took it. And, other than that miss he had in the first half where Pedri laid it off to him, he was, typical Ferran performance. He gets a goal, so I can't complain. And yeah, Rafinha first half dog shit at 10, and then second half he was a lot better at the left wing. He ends up getting an assist, I think, off the corner. But yeah, that was cool. Rashford, like I said, I thought he was really good. I thought he was pretty good. He was like involved real early. The first like 20 minutes, like we were kind of going down his side. He had like beat his fullback a couple times, whipped in crosses, and we kind of just went away from him at the end of the second half. And it was like going up. A lot more was going through like Pedri in the middle, and yeah, we were playing a lot more centrally and through Lamine Yamal, so he just wasn't as involved. So I kind of figured like, damn, he might end up getting pulled. I just knew how this go. Even though I would have liked for him to stay out there, but yeah, I thought he was good while he was out there. But yeah, I wasn't surprised when he got pulled at half. But definitely encouraging though, because I thought he looked absolutely horrendous last week. So he looked a lot sharper today. So hopefully that leads to more minutes in the future. We'll see how that goes next week and all that. Um, yeah, Lamine Yamal. I mean, this is like typical Lamine Yamal performance. Like, wasn't the greatest, definitely. I think he was probably a bit better last week. But I mean, for Lamine Yamal, this is like the like worst you expect out of Lamine Yamal, which is still an assist. He gets you. I think he had an assist to Pedri, which was really all Pedri. But he also sets up the second goal, which he doesn't get an assist. I'm at the last goal, our third goal, which he doesn't get an assist for because it was an own goal. But yeah, I mean, I think he had like, I think they say he won like 7 dribbles a day or something like that. I saw a stat on Twitter. Like, he just typical Lamine Yamal. A lot of the things that we did positive today were coming from him, like, beating somebody and trying to create something. So yeah, this is, like I said, of the lofty standards that he set, this is kind of like the worst game you've come to expect out of Lamine Yamal, which was still like 8 out of 10 maybe. But yeah, Pedri today was by far man of the match. I mean, he's just, I mean, every week it's like, I can't remember the last time he had a legit bad game. I can't even remember the last time he had a not good game. Like, fuck bad game, fuck mid game. I can't remember the last time he had a game that wasn't good. Like, it's like every single week, it's like at least 8 out of 10. He was the best player by far today. Grabs his goal. Created chance, like I said, created chance for Ferran. He was just keeping everything ticking in the midfield. Doesn't lose the ball. He's so press resistance, and is just able to like slime his way out of like different situations and keep things ticking. And I don't know, he's ridiculous, bro. And this was just another Pedri performance. It's like been a year straight now of him just good game after good game after good game. Like, he's just ridiculous. I thought Costa was really good. I thought low key Costa was probably our best player in the first half. Which is, I feel like, all over the place. Like, winning the ball back for us, helping things tick in possession. Like, I feel like he was kind of like an unsung. He was playing super deep in the first half. He was almost playing like in between our center back a lot of the time. And he was like tracking back a lot. He had tracked back to stop a goal in our first half. Yeah, they probably scored 3 in that first half without him. And he was winning the ball back a bunch for us. I thought he was really good. And comfortable in possession. I definitely want to see way more of him. I feel like he had maybe got phased out of the team a bit towards the second half of the last season. That's why you're hearing these transfer rumors. But even with De Jong being out, I think even with De Jong back in the team, I want to see more Costa, bro. Like, that's just a profile we need more of. And it's just a complete opposite profile of De Jong. So it's like nice to get like a change of pace sometime. To get like a true ball winner in there who's just going to run around, do all the dirty work. And yeah, Cabarsi and Araujo, to be fair, I feel like they were both like, so other than that goal where Cabarsi just kind of got like, he just got froze, which was really just great play by the striker, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like this was like, neither one of them was really bad today. We just really got spanked on a couple counters, which is more just a product of that high line, and that's just what it is. And yeah, but I felt like they were all right today. Eric Garcia was maybe like not as involved in the first half, and was a bit better in the second half when we got on the ball more and they were kind of just pin deep. Who else we had? Balde. Yeah, Balde was cool. Typical Balde performance. He ends up coming off for Lewandowski to get a striker on at the end of the game. But yeah, and then Juan Garcia even I thought was pretty good today. But it's just like I said with that high line, it's like some chances you really can't save, bro. You're just gonna be under the fire sometime, man. We ask a lot of our keeper, bro, and he made some big saves today too. Did some sweep keep duties where he came out, cleaned things up. Yeah, and then subs today, Jules Kounde came on at the very end. I mean, you can't really. He barely played. What did he play? 6 minutes, so it wasn't much to take from that. Gavi had a really good cameo. Came in at halftime. Gavi and Danny Olmo came on at half for Ferran and Casado. And like I said, I thought it was a bit harsh to Casado, a bit harsh to Rashford to come off at half. Wildly harsh for Casado to come off at half because I thought he was like our best player, but you just kind of know how the pecking order goes sometimes. So when the first half we go down 2-0 and things aren't working out, I assumed like, all right, Rashford and Costa are probably coming off. And yeah, we get Gavi on. Gavi was great though. Gavi was great the second half. Obviously like a similar profile to Costa though, so you don't really lose like a lot of the work, like a lot of the dirty work and all the effort that Costa puts in. You get the same shit with Gavi, and you don't lose any technical ability at all too. Gavi obviously is like really comfortable on the ball and shit. But yeah, he typical Gavi looked really good in the second half. Danny Olmo really wasn't that involved. He really wasn't that involved. I wouldn't say it was bad, but he kind of was just like kind of quiet. In that second half, Christensen came on at the very end. He played like 15 minutes. Yeah, he came on. And at that point, when Christensen came on, they were kind of just trying to see it out. And Lewandowski came on for Balde. And like I said, Lewandowski is another one who just really wasn't that involved. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for the most part, this is just a typical 24-25 Barcelona performance right here. Going out 2-0 in the half, come back, score 3 in the second half, grab one late, get a winner, get out of there with 3 points. So can't be too mad, but definitely would like to see more. Kind of because last week it was like we're playing against 9 men, so we were kind of just like half sleep going through that game. And like I said, Flick had got on us about that, got on the players and all that. And nigga said us like I'm on the team, but he had got on the he had got on the players about all that. And yeah, this week we kind of just come out flat in the first half, and then second half it's like we like back against the wall. We like, all right, we get it going a bit. But yeah, it would be nice to see next week like a more, like last week we kind of started hot, tapered off. This week we started bad, got hot at the end. It would like to see a full 90 minutes of just belt to ass. That would be nice next week. But yeah, another 3 points, can't complain. I don't think any major takeaway. I mean, I guess only major takeaway from today is Casado being back included in the team and looking really sharp. That was great to see. So hopefully we'll see a lot more of him. And I'm glad Flick came out and made that statement like, hey, no, I'm dependent on him. And then boom, follows that statement up with actual action and putting him in the starting 11. So that shows just how important he is to Flick, and he's gonna be to us this year, hopefully. And yeah, I guess that's the only like major takeaway from today. Nothing too crazy, but like I said, Rashford looked sharper. That's something that was encouraging. Being he's really our only left wing option that's right footed, so he can like kind of give us a different just a different look, different profile on that left side. Instead of just being like Balde left footed overlapping on a left footed winger with Rafinha, and then Rafinha not even trying to be out wide. It's kind of like Balde's the one holding with. It just gives us something different when it's Rashford. So that was encouraging to see, and yeah, hopefully see more of that next week. And yeah, man, that was really it. 3 points, need that, and on the hate watch tomorrow with Madrid. We'll see how that goes. Atletico looking shaky already, so can't complain, man. But 3 points next week. Who we got? I think it's Rayo Vallecano away, and that is fucking hell. Cause it's definitely Rayo away, right? Yeah, cause our first 3 games are away. Yep, at Rayo. Yeah, that's gonna be hell. We already know how that get. I think last year we snuck out of there. I think we caught them early too, early in the season last year. So I guess that's the one positive, getting Rayo away out the way early on in the season, so we don't have to like, in the midst of a title race when it's all heated, and then you got to go away to Rayo, and you know how ridiculous that game could be. So yeah, I think we got out of there last year. That was almost first game when he got registered, and he came in and gave us a goal in that second half. So that was like, that was a dogfight. We'll probably have another dogfight next week. And yeah, but on the Rayo away, see how that goes. But big 3 points, yeah, on the Rayo.